Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Stuffy here, and as you can see, I'm back to uploading YouTube videos. It's been quite a while, probably about 6 months since I've uploaded my last, and I'm excited to get back into it and start making videos for you guys, and hopefully upload every day now. So let's hop right into it. So as you guys know, I used to be a COD player, and I still play MWR every now and then, but I really don't play nearly the amount that I used to, mainly because the new Call of Duties have sucked. Let's be honest here, guys. We all know it, you know, and we're not surprised by it. I think this guy's downstairs. At least I'm not surprised by it. As soon as they started bringing out jetpacks, I knew they'd suck, and I honestly wasn't looking forward to playing them. But anyway, Black Ops 3 was pretty decent for a shot, or for a flying around, jetpacks, all that crap. I thought it was pretty good. I thought that's about as good as you can get with jetpacks. I think they knew that. They realized that. And I can't fault them for coming out with this new one, only because they have that 3-year cycle where they're playing or creating the game 3 years prior to it coming out. And because of that, you can't get super mad at them for coming out with jetpacks, because that was all the hype back then. You know, those jetpacks were the hype back when they thought about it, I guess, when they created it. So enough with that crap, okay? We hate the jetpacks. Everyone knows it. They're done with it. They know it. You know, we've got what we want. So with that said, World War II, my take on it. So I'm going to tell you why, or my reasoning for liking it, after I tell you my opinion on it. So I do think it's going to be good. Nice, I just got to go west. I think it's going to be badass. And the reason I think it's going to be badass has nothing to do with the fact that it's has nothing to do really with the fact that it's just boots on the ground. But I've watched gameplay on it. I've kind of, I wouldn't say studied it, but I've watched enough to where I can kind of make a formulated opinion. And I've paid attention to it. And I've also watched some YouTubers that got to play it, some old Call of Duty pros that got to play it, and kind of made a judgment based on them. So with that said, I think the number one thing, or number one reason why I think it's going to be good, is because if you watch the videos of the people that have actually played it, the pros, the streamers, the YouTubers, all of them that have actually played it, they all liked it. And I know that, you're thinking, oh, well, they get paid to say that. They're getting paid to be there, And some, that might be true, and I believe that. But I know some of the guys that, went and played it, and I know that I've watched their videos for years, and I've played with some of them before, back when I played Call of Duty, and that's just not the case. Yeah, you do get paid to play it sometimes, or you do get paid to say nice things about games, sponsoring games. What the hell, come on. Anyway, but that's not necessarily why they say that. And if you guys pay attention to the last Call of Duty that came out, right when it came out, or when they got to play it, the pros didn't like it. The streamers, the pros, they did not like it. They said that blatantly in front of everybody. They weren't afraid to say it. Even the pros, if you guys watch Optic Gaming, I know I'm not a Optic fanboy. I do enjoy their organization. I do think they are very intelligent about their business standpoint and how they go about business. But with that said, they were very vocal about the last Call of Duty, or about this Call of Duty, and they still are. And they're probably the most well-known organization in the industry as far as Call of Duty goes. And because of that, that kind of earns credibility to them. You know what I mean? Because they didn't just buy into the whole, we'll just we'll say good things about it because we have to play it and la-di-da-da. They were honest about it, brutally honest, because they wanted to see a difference. They wanted to see a change in the industry. They were sick of sitting there and seeing that, hopping on and playing that stupid game. And as we all were, I didn't like the game, and frankly, I don't know really anyone that did like this new game. I don't even know anyone that plays it. Any of my friends that I used to play with. So for streamers and YouTubers and pros and stuff to say they enjoyed the game, that alone, the credibility factor's there for me, to where, okay, if they're saying they're enjoying it right off the bat, that's a good sign. That's not end all be all for me. That's not the do or die. I don't take that word and say, okay, that's all I need to hear and we're done with this. But that is a good start for me. That's something I look for, something I'm glad to hear, and something I would like to continue to hear as it comes out. So that's my first point here, and you guys can take that with as you will, because I know some of you guys will say, well, they're getting paid to do that, so on and so forth, whatever. And I understand your opinion, because I used to think that too, and there's some people that do, and there's some people that don't. And because some of the guys I know that have played it, I understand that they weren't paid to do it, and they genuinely enjoyed the game. So with that being said, let's move on to point number 2, the gameplay. The gameplay alone looks better than when whatever the new game is called, Infinite Warfare, not Infinite Warfare, whatever it is, whenever it got released, I literally bought it only for Modern Warfare Remastered. I didn't even open the game. I played Modern Warfare Remastered, watched one video of them playing it, and watched the first tournament, and was like, this is terrible. I can't even watch this, let alone play it. So I think I played like 2 games of it, back in November, and tried it, and it just sucked. I couldn't do it. So maybe they've done some updating, but I doubt it. So the point is, they kind of delivered us an unfinished game in that process, and then here we are, and they've given us this new one that's supposed to be back, boots on the ground. That alone draws me in. Okay, that alone. So we've got the fact that the pro scene, the streamers, the entire professional community. I don't want to say just pro gamers or pro. What the hell? Really? Can't go in here? What the hell? Alright. So, I don't want to say just the professional community in the sense of just pro streamers or just pro gamers. This is multiple people. Multiple pro gamers, multiple pro streamers, all of them. So, all of them enjoyed it. I haven't heard a bad review on it yet. Now, I've heard some, criticisms, which is to be heard with every game, and I'm glad they're doing that. The new perk system is different. They got rid of the perks. That to me doesn't necessarily scream to me, hey, come play, but it also doesn't scream, stay away. That's a tough one, to be honest with you, because that could be a detrimental fact. It could be, or it could be awesome. The way they've made it sound, it sounds like they did it right. It sounds like they've, done the correct way. Hold on. Sounds like they did it the correct way, and I really genuinely feel like they did. I feel like they're gonna do right by that. They're not gonna screw everyone over by taking the perks away. And because of that, I'm not worried about it. I think that's going to work itself out. That's going to be fine. And for some reason, I have a feeling that if it doesn't, they have a plan B in this one. Because they need to revitalize Call of Duty, and they know it. So I feel like they definitely have a plan B. And when I say plan B, I don't mean like MWR, like whether you're coming out with a whole new game. That's not what I mean. I think their plan B will be something simple, like changing the perk class back, or doing an update where you get, some of the old guns and for free instead of paying for them or something. I think they have it figured out. I think they're going to be all right. Now, with that said, with our 2 points that the pros like it, and the perk system alone intrigues me, but the gameplay, if you watch it, is actually genuine. It's smooth. If you guys remember, oh shoot, someone's coming. If you guys remember Modern Warfare, the original, not remastered. If you guys are wondering why I'm hiding, by the way, I don't usually play like this. I'm actually not even really hiding. I'm still running around. But the reason I'm kind of hiding is because I'm trying to talk this video, and it's hard to concentrate when you're like and actually get serious when you're talking about something that you're actually trying to talk about. So, as we were. So with that said, there's still the downfalls to it, you know. I think the gameplay looks smooth. It looks awesome. They did a heck of a job. It looks like. It looks like it kind of almost runs on the Black Ops 2 engine. It's still smooth. Don't get me wrong. It's very smooth. Black Ops 2 is very smooth, but it runs on. It's definitely a previous Call of Duty's engine. You can tell by the movement that it's absolutely a previous Call of Duty's engine, which is good because all the engines have been good except for the new ones where you jump around. And even Black Ops 3, the movement was smooth. So I'm glad that the movement looks that way. I'm not afraid that it's going to be, clunky or anything like PlayerUnknown or H1 when it first came out. I'm not afraid of that, so that's awesome. Now, there's 3 points right there that, number one, smooth gameplay, pros like it, and the fact that, we've kind of seen some of the gameplay, and we've kind of read some of the reviews about the perk system and things, and all of it sounds good, right? But they kind of try to sell us on other games too that weren't great sellers. So where do we draw the line on it? Where do we say, okay, we get it, we hear you, but we need proof? So I've done a little bit more research. I've watched some videos on a little more in depth of it, a little more analysis of the gameplay itself and some of the guys that played it, and they loved it. I'm telling you, they not just the pros or whatever, not just the first overlook into it, the actual analysis where you break it down. They say, here's some benefits, here's some negatives, things like that. One thing I don't like in it that you guys are probably going to think stupid is the M1 Garand. You can reload it at any time. If you guys know, an original M1 Garand in World War II, you could not reload at any time. That's a feature of a gun that I think they never should have changed. That's a phenomenal feature, that ting sound that we all know and love. You're going to hear it more because they're reloading more, but they just, I wish they wouldn't have changed that. I wish they would have kept that 100% accurate, true to the nature of the game. And because of that specific little detail, I'm worried that, we all know that how Call of Duty is with, kind of, I guess, overdoing it. And I'm afraid what they're going to do is they're going to make this game overly done. And what I mean by that is, instead of staying true to the history of the events and staying true to the history of, the guns, they're going to go out and they're just going to make it look ridiculous. They're going to do some dumb stuff where you get, I don't know, where you can get guns that shoot laser or something. We all know they've done this crap before. So to me, that's what makes me nervous, is when they start changing details of the history, even something so small, it kind of makes you wonder, what else did they change? What other details did they change? And because of that, I'm a little nervous. And then one review I saw that I thought was very interesting was, he showed his gameplay. I can't remember what his name was now, but they showed his gameplay, and he was kind of pointing out the fact that, we've all heard the commentary in games where, your teammate throws a grenade and he says grenade out or smoke out or flash out or whatever the case may be. He showed that you can actually hear the enemy teams now very, very distinctly, and you can hear the M1 Garand very, very distinctly, which the M1 Garand, I can see it, I can see that, which is where it comes into play that that you'd only reload when it's out, because that would take away some of that noise, that would make it a little less distinguishable, and that would just kind of, change the dynamic a little bit. But the point is, he showed the female character specifically, and I can't remember what she yelled. She yelled something, but he was rounding a corner. He was coming around the corner. He did not see her. He did not know she was there, and he heard her cuss about saying something like, I killed that bitch, or I killed that motherfucker or that bastard or whatever the case was, whatever she said, it caused him to look right at her. He had no idea she was there. She would have had a free kill real easy, but he actually went past and turned back around and killed her because he hurt her. And to me, that's a very big flaw in this game if that's gonna stay, because, you know, especially in the competitive scene. The competitive scene, 4 guys sneaking around the map, playing all angles, you know, very competitively, very strategically. If you have to worry about your character saying something in the middle of a game, that's very bad. So as a, you know, pub game, it looks phenomenal to me. It looks extremely phenomenal. It looks like something I could pick up, play a game, you know, play an hour a day, 2 hours a day, and love it, and put it down and every day and just be, you know, in love with it. It looks amazing. But from a competitive standpoint, if I were the competitive teams, if I were Optics, the Phases, the, you know, LGs, I would be nervous. I would be. Because for one, they've went from, you know, playing jetpacks for what, 4 years now, to back to boots on the ground. It's gonna change the dynamic tremendously. Not just the dynamic, but it's gonna change who's good, you know, who's not good anymore. It's gonna be a whole different game. It really is, and you're not gonna know who's good anymore until it comes out and we see. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna practice. I don't know if they're going to go back to playing Black Ops 2, if they're going to go, or Black Ops 2 is, no, it wasn't jetpacks. I don't know if they're going to go Black Ops 2, if they're going to go to, you know, play Modern Warfare Remastered to try and, because maybe they're using that engine. I don't know. So I'm actually really, really intrigued by that dynamic of it and by the competitive scene in it. I don't know about you guys. I used to be able to hop on, play an entire game of, you know, or an entire day of Call of Duty. And I used to be able to hop on and just watch the tournaments all day long, you know, on a Saturday or Sunday, or, you know, and I could watch them all day. And I would love Championship Sunday. I would love it. Now, I don't think I've watched, I think since the first one, I have not watched any of them because they are not enjoyable anymore. They suck to watch. And because of that, that's really depressing, because that's such a phenomenal aspect of Call of Duty was the fan base, the viewership, the, you know, the enjoyment people got out of it. And so with that being gone, I'm hoping this brings it back. I really am. I don't know what you guys think. I'm really hoping to get the ball rolling on this conversation, because there's different ideas, different concepts, and different thought processes that can absolutely make you think in this game. And like I said, I watched those clips all day long of World War II, and never noticed the enemy team yelling stuff, never noticed someone saying something. And all it took was one YouTube video of the guy saying, look at this, and explaining it, and you sit back and you're like, wow, you see that in this clip now you see it in this clip, and you're thinking, all right, this is going to be a problem. They've got to update this, they've got to patch this. So it's going to be interesting to see if they patch all that stuff like now, or if they wait to patch it, you know, when it becomes an issue, or you know, it's going to be interesting to see. As you can see, this guy's running right up on me. We'll see if we can get him here. Let's see if he tries to run up the mountain. I think he's going to. Yeah. Holy shit, what the fuck? I didn't expect him to have a shotgun, but alright. I kind of thought for sure he'd have his AR out. That was kind of strange. Alright, so I just want that. Take that, take that, take that, and then you don't have a TAM military? Where's your TAM military? There it is. Really? Come on. We'll drop. Click it. What the hell? There we go. Really? Come on. Oh, I didn't drop him. So now we got enough for one more, right? Put the nades there. Why can't I do? Jesus. Alright, so... Oh shit, I'm not in safe zone. I gotta go north. Alright, sorry to cut that off, guys. That, like, I hadn't gotten a kill or gotten a fight the whole game, so it's kind of like, you know, fresh legs. Had to hop in one and get back into it. But I'm just very curious on everybody else's take in this, because, like I said, one person's perspective, one person's thought process in this can change everything. I remember when all the other games used to come out, I used to watch videos left and right because I would get so hyped about the games, you know, and I just don't do that as much anymore. So this is a kind of a rare coincidence where I'm actually excited to play a Call of Duty game again, you know. So because of that, you know, I'm actually checking them out. I'm watching them, and that's where you kind of get the theories, get the conspiracies, get the, you know, whatever you want to call them. But that's where you get some people that, you know, say something, and you're like, oh, that would be awesome, you know, that'd be really cool, and it may never happen. You don't know, you know, it may happen. That might, you know, someone might say, you know, they saw a clip of the zombies, and you're like, oh shit, the zombies look so awesome. But then, oh shit, this guy's fucking me up. Here he comes. Shit. These guys really just don't really care, do they? He's trying to pinch me. He's absolutely trying to pinch me. Absolutely trying to pinch me. Really? Come on. See, that's ridiculous that I hit him, but
GG, dog.
GG, man. Anyway, guys, so that was kind of a shitty game to watch. I know it was kind of boring, but I just kind of wanted to kind of pick your guys' brain a little bit and see what you guys thought about it, and hopefully I get some comments that kind of explain, you know, different theories and different viewpoints of it, and let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this doesn't disappoint us. I know all of us Call of Duty fans are like so sick of hating Call of Duty, but that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and please subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'm going to try and do these a little bit more often and kind of try and get people thinking a little bit more than some of my old videos. So that's it, guys. Peace.